One of my real favourite British phrases is perspicacity, and actually only a woman can have perspicacity, and actually it's about that ability to seize the moment, get things done, and really make things happen.
What a word.
Yes, I love it.
All right, shall we talk about golf or technology?
We should.
It's going to be about. That's interesting. Thank you, James, for being here with us. We're all coming in from different time zones, and we've made this work. And we're excited to hear more about you and your work and Uneekor. So thank you for being here.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for the invite. It's awesome to be here. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you, James.
Most interesting, tell us about Uneekor. Tell us about the start of Uneekor and what it looked like at the beginning versus what it looks like now.
Who are you with Uneekor?
Yeah, so I head up global marketing for Uneekor. So that is focused across kind of all those key consumer touch points across all of those key regions. I'm based in the UK. We've got headquarters out in Irvine, in California. So I head out there. My team are out there, and I kind of head out there every kind of 6 to 8 weeks, which is great. Irvine's beautiful. I love to travel. And so if I'm not there, I'm back here in the UK, in sunny Dorset, right at the bottom of the country, not too far from the coast.
How long have you been in global marketing with Uneekor? Is that a position you started in, or did you move your way into that position?
Yeah, I started actually US focused, and only recently started to broaden my focus actually to cover key global markets, and actually really the globalization of Uneekor as we really broaden out from our kind of origination actually in South Korea. We were established in the US in 2015, and actually now as we continue to grow, we see that kind of global growth is a really exciting opportunity. And actually for me, it's about really helping drive that scalable growth through all of those kind of consumer and business touch points.
I remember seeing a number on the website once, and it's likely it is changed even, but it said something like 20,000 units sold, and my vision just imagined all these units going around the world. I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot of units to move around the world. And again, it probably needs to be updated at this point.
Yeah, it gets pretty busy for us, and actually, what a lot of people don't realize is we've got a big warehouse and facilities and offices in Irvine, and actually we pick, pack, distribute everything from there. We have our full customer service and support team manning the telephones there. We have offices, people, and so actually it's a really great investment in that area, and all of those individual units and orders are received from that location and dispatched from there across the whole of the US.
I feel like Green Pro Golf Simulators has done a big percentage of those 20,000. It's definitely been one of our number one launch monitors, vendors, customers, or partners. And actually, Jeremiah has one of the very first QEDs that came into the United States.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's incredible, and we're so grateful actually for those QED owners, because we really understand internally that they really backed us in those early days.
Right.
And that's actually, something we talk about internally a lot, about actually how, we're so grateful and humble for those people that got on board, backed Uneekor, trusted us, and invested in our technology from the off. And so for us, when we see that repeat business and we see people upgrade and buy our new products and buy our software, we're so humbled and grateful for that.
The interesting thing is that the model that came afterwards is the one that exploded, the XO, the IXO.
That's right. Yeah, we launched our XO, which has been such an incredible product for us. And then, of course, the XO2 on that, and actually still, to this day, it is an incredible product. Reviews so
Beyond a
well,
shadow
and
of a
actually
doubt.
you've only got to do a search online to see, not just from a commercial point of view, but actually as that home user category really starts to take traction, how it's providing incredible experiences for home users too.
Most
okay, well,
definitely.
that leads to my other question, which is, like, tell us about the evolution. Like, how did you start? There's some evolution in the technology, obviously, but what did the company look like, and how has it responded to customer need and new technology and growth? Like, what's the change looked like for Uneekor?
Yeah, great question. And actually, I think firstly, from a global point of view, the markets and kind of the category adoption stage and the end user is very different by region and by territory. So actually, if we look at South Korea, where it originated, actually it's very much around that kind of commercial offering, and really getting people within commercial space. And the vision actually that Jay and Yun, our founders, had for the brand was actually looking at US and looking at the opportunity and looking not just at the commercial, but that kind of home user that was looking to really start to improve their game, really enjoy golf from home. And actually, that's something that we're really focused on, and that kind of very competitive individual. And from a marketing point of view, we spend a lot of time really trying to understand our audience. And of course, that's very different from that is someone that's buying in retail, whether that's retail online or traditional bricks and mortar, whether that's somebody who is buying or using our products in a commercial facility, or actually now someone that wants to use it at home. And that's really, really exciting. We spend a lot of time really understanding our users and our target audience. And if we look at that home user, we are, we talk about internally, we talk about our balanced competitor. And she or he is really passionate about golf, and they're really competitive, and they want to be competitive at the weekends, or on that kind of work or corporate do on the Thursday or Friday to go and play golf. And actually for us, it's about enabling them to practice, but actually because they're so competitive and they're so balanced, they want to be competitive in everything that they do. So actually for us, it's about empowering them to stay late, get that proposal out, finish that long work day or that business trip or that travel, get home, get some quality time in, read your little Jimmy a story and have some quality time and put him to bed, shoot some hoops with his or her daughter, and then actually sit down and have a really nice evening meal with their partner and really engage with the family. And actually then at that point, be like, I'm going to head to the basement or the spare room or the outbuilding, whatever it is, and hit some balls and really get that practice in and that lovely ability to feel really ready for that game and actually, play golf every single evening or a couple of times a week and really contribute towards your overall golfing experience. So we really talk internally about, understanding who we're really talking to and actually really stripping out all the technology and actually focusing on what's the real problem that we are solving as a brand? What's
Mm-hmm.
our real purpose? And it's really about making golf so much more accessible through practice, accessible through ability to play, accessible through making our technology accessible through routes to market, cost to purchase, and all of those.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
both Amanda and I live in states that have snow. So half of the year, that person who's putting in a bid late in the evening can't do anything but be inside when they get home. It's dark outside by 5 in the evening, and they're not going to be able to play basketball with the kids when they get home. But they can go with their 12-year-old son or daughter into the golf sim space and as a family spend time there and also practice for when spring finally arrives again.
Finally arrives.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's really important. And again, something we really talk about internally around how our products can connect families, and our family's really, really sporty. My wife played netball, big sport here in the UK, not so big in the US, but she played it at a really competitive level. My daughter plays netball, my son plays rugby, plays soccer.
Wow.
I played rugby. So we've all got these sports,
Wow.
but actually golf is the one sport that we all share together. And actually, in terms of, from a simulator golf point of view, you're absolutely right. And my wife, she's brilliant at really focusing on experiences for us as a family. So again, it's about that ability to pull people together, to have fun, to be playing golf together of an evening or over the weekend, getting that practice in. And actually, really selfishly, it's about, every shot you take is improving your game and getting your hand-eye coordination right. And if that's through the winter months, helping keep you ready for spring, summer, when things start again, but also you're having really immersive, fun, enjoyable time with your family. That's just win-win all round. And you're absolutely right to raise that, and something that we're really excited about, the role that we play within families.
When you describe the day of your long work day, spending time with family, getting everything settled, and then hitting some balls, I almost saw it as like a meditative practice too. Like you are improving your game, but you're also just chilling out your mind, de-stressing,
releasing
getting
the
rid
stress.
of some which is gonna give you a better night's sleep. And I don't know, I just saw that as this sort of very healthy practice at the end of the day to hit some balls, do what you love, improve your game, and just get rid of some stuff that you don't want to go to bed with.
I agree.
It's creating a conversation. You can go back and talk to people at work the next day and talk about your golf. For us in the cold states, that you can't do that in the winter time. You can only do that during a short window of time. But now it's opened it up so that we can we aren't dreaming about golf. We're actually doing and talking golf.
Yeah, I agree. And I think those of us, that are really kind of passionate about golf at any level, whether you've just discovered it or you're, a scratch handicapper, we just want to hit balls. Actually, we just want to strike that ball, enjoy the movement, enjoy the physicality of it, the constant improvement that we're all chasing. And I absolutely agree, with you both. I'm a big believer in the importance of, getting moving and getting those endorphins going. And one of my favorite quotes is that you're only ever one workout from happiness. And actually, if you spent all day sat at the car or at your desk on calls and in meetings, there's nothing better than getting home and just moving and doing stuff. So I agree. And I think that's why so many people are really discovering golf at any age, actually, because it's just about just getting in, getting moving. As you say, it's a real community sport too. So the ability to talk to people in the office about what you're doing, play with them at the weekends, invite them round to your home to use the simulator together. It's all about that kind of fun and community for sure.
It sounds like the founding of Uneekor had the vision of residential golf simulation long before many people it would have even crossed their mind. And so how cool that is.
I think Uneekor's been not quiet, but it's been a strong leader, but in such a grounded way.
Yeah, thank you.
Because, and you can tell that because the technology of the launch monitors are so thought out, and workhorses. They're obviously thought out because they are they just don't break. There's just nothing that goes wrong. It's so rare that there's a problem. And so that's where I see that they're very thought out. The technicians are doing such a good job at creating and building the launch monitors, because that's why. What technology do you have that is used in the manner that a launch monitor is used that lasts 6-7 years or
my
more?
laptop doesn't even last that long.
No. I think, internally it's for us, it's about, being really sustainable in that growth and ensuring that we're really taking a long-term view in what we're doing and how we're growing our audience.
And that's how you're so grounded. You've got a good platform, a good foundation.
Yeah, thank you. I think we really do owe that to our community, and I'm not just saying this, but we're genuinely humbled internally by the support that we get, and we're often reviewing comments, screenshotting, sharing internally of different chat groups and different forums, and we're looking at all of these debates. We're looking at these different kind of questions and answers. And we are so grateful for our loyal users that step in and answer other people's questions and give them guidance and help troubleshoot, share their experiences. And actually, that's one of the most gratifying things for all of us as Uneekor staff and team members is when we look and see that community. And we really do owe everything to those.
It's like having a sales force.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, there was somebody that you mentioned at the beginning of our interview that I want to bring up that I think is a large part of all of this, and that is Yoon. I got to meet Yoon at the PGA show in Florida, not this year, but last year. And although a tiny little one, she has got a big personality, and I felt so loved by her. I've never had a vendor make me feel like she was so appreciative. Her eyes were sparkling. She was so enthusiastic and excited, but so grateful for us, me. Jeremiah, us as people. She was just so grateful to us, not just Green Pro Golf Simulators, but us as people, and so authentic about it. I haven't forgotten about it. Like I can just put myself right back on that convention floor, know where I was at when I met her.
Yes, Ewan, our president and chief brand officer. I mean, what a powerhouse she is, and really the driving force behind, and not only the US business, but many of our global markets. And actually, of course, she's been there since the inception and where we are today. And I'm very fortunate to say that I'm chatting and speaking with Ewan every single day on different matters. And actually, again, I think that authenticity and that stay humble, not forget how we got where we are today and who we owe it to. And actually, I think, in the same way that, we owe a lot to all of those kind of early adopters with the QED, but actually, as you say, all of our partners across retail and distribution and everything, we owe so much. And of course, that goes to you guys. We're really, really grateful. But I think Yun's great quality really, I think, is that she does not stop in terms of driving forward, moving, constantly looking for, where are the opportunities, not for growth, but where are the opportunities to serve our audience? How can we have better onboarding? How can
He
we
seems
have...
like a curious person.
Yeah, I think, internally and very driven by Yun, it's all about how do we create much smoother, much slicker onboarding experiences? How do we better serve both our end users, but also our commercial users in terms of setup, instructional videos, downloadable manuals, great customer service? For us, actually, we're really focused on being the most trusted launch monitor brand. We really want to create really super slick onboarding experiences and discovery that our end users feel compelled to talk about. And actually, Ewan is really the driving force behind that today.
How has the culture of Uneekor, and like how did it begin? Who was there, and how do you stay connected to each other over the pond, across the pond?
Yeah. I think firstly we get together. Actually, we invest internally as a business. We invest in travel. We get people together when we can. I think that we are very fortunate that through technology and different kind of online calling platforms, it is really easy to talk regularly, yes, which we all do. But I think, and as cheesy as it sounds, we're all really connected through golf. And that doesn't mean that we're all scratch golfers. Actually, I've got two members of my team that, have only just started playing, but yet we're playing, when I'm out in Irvine, we're playing together every lunchtime, in one of our sim rooms. And actually, some of the guys are coming back after work and bringing their partners. In fact, when I was last out in Irvine, my family, my wife and two kids, they came out, and when I was working in the office, they were hanging out by the pool, and again, on Friday evening, they all came in and we all played together. So I think, it's about that real kind of connection through golf. I think it's about really investing in quality time together. Being kind of reactive and agile, and ultimately strong leadership, of course.
It seems that you have to be very good communicators also, for those times when you're apart, especially. And you have to be good communicators for the customers also. I mean, it starts within. If you have good communication within, you're going to have communication going out. Good communication going out.
Yeah, of course, it's a balance, and it is tricky. I think it's a good kind of balance between the right level of structured calls, but also little and often. I think is really important. It might be a quick email, it might be a 3-minute conversation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a structured meeting. It's like, hey, you free? It might even be, oh, I'm just driving. Oh, don't worry, let's just talk for 3 minutes. I'll dial in.
Yeah.
So I think, you're right. Communication is key, and there's always room for improvement. But it's certainly something we really value internally, and we work hard to improve every day.
I think little and often is one thing that differentiates GreenPro from other companies. Is Denise in particular has created this culture where she's connecting with customers just in little and often bits that build that trust. You used the word trust earlier. It builds a relationship in the process of building a golf simulator or
it
running.
makes them human. You know, if they're not just an invoice, it's a person.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah. Relationships are everything, and actually, I think when we all work hard, we work hard for people, because you don't want to let the person sat next to you down, or you don't want to let your customer down. We don't want to let you guys down. So you're absolutely right. Relationships are everything. And so important to us, be that relationships with end users or even you guys at GreenPro. Actually, that's paramount for us.
We're so very fortunate to have, I think, an amazing account manager, Matt Legault. He is an exceptional communicator and so wise. I am very grateful. He is such a good representation for Uneekor. He takes care of us and our customers for Uneekor.
Yeah, Matt is very well loved internally as well, and I think the great thing about Matt is what you see. Really is Matt. He is everything you think he is, and his positivity and his contribution is so inspiring.
Well, it makes us. I'm able to be a better customer service rep to our customers because Matt's supporting me.
Yeah,
it doesn't take much.
A good team.
Little and often. It doesn't take much.
Little and often. Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about that all the time now. What are your
Actually,
I'm going to shift gears a little unless you had a question that was
go ahead.
more. I'm just curious what you see as the vision for the company, but also for the industry, and like where do you see this all headed? It's moving on such a quick but steady trajectory. Like from your perspective, where do you see this industry going?
It's grown so much in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I think there's so many different contributing factors that make it as exciting as it is today. We saw many people discover golf during COVID, particularly in the UK and Europe and globally, where it was one of a few areas where some kind of regions were allowing people to get out and contribute and play sport and be together. But actually, of course, we've got this new generation coming through that are discovering and loving golf. And I remember myself years ago, kind of driving ranges and golf clubs would be full of, kind of 40, 50-year-old kind of predominantly men and up. And actually that's changed completely. I think golf and driving ranges have become a real destination for fun and enjoyment and engagement and, dating and hanging out with friends. And actually the expectations of this new audience coming through are different. They want to be engaged in a different way. And I think this kind of digitization and this gamification actually is really reaching them too and helping them discover golf. So I think it's a really fabulous time. And one of the things I'm really grateful for actually is how inclusive it's becoming. My 13-year-old daughter, Harriet, myself and her often go to the range now and hit balls, and she loves it. And she's been able to really discover golf in that way and play, kind of simulated golf as well as actual kind of out on the course. And I just think that would have been so much harder for her. So I think, it's exciting times ahead. I think technology, as we've been discussing, is changing everything. It's becoming so much more accessible. But actually, a new generation that's coming through, their love of technology, their love of embracing new, but also their love of connecting and enjoying, immersive experiences is really driving this new sim golf category as well.
People oriented. That's what I heard you say, is how people oriented. I did just think of a layer of technology that has been forced, I would say, upon the launch monitor companies. And that is the technology of drone scanning the golf courses and and having a library of courses within a subscription to be able to access. That is a huge task.
Yeah, I can't imagine mapping out a golf course. The time it would take before a drone footage, like that's a much different endeavor.
It takes a lot of time, and actually, we've got a whole team dedicated in-house that do this work for us and individually create and craft all of the different trees and buildings and
color of the grass, because different courses have different colors of grass. And if a course is known for blue tone grass, it can't look yellow.
It's something that we're really focused on, and actually it's really part of that overall experience. And internally we talk about, kind of precision meets play. So actually learning your golf swing is so important. And we have AI trainer, which is all about honing your game, but actually play is so important too. Play is around that connecting through people, about enjoying the moment, about entertaining, about community. And so game day for us has been such a huge focus internally. It's, for those that don't know, it's our own product. It's designed, developed, built completely internally by us. And we're so excited about it. The ability for us to bring, as you mentioned, all of these legendary courses to the home user, Pebble Beach. And internally, we're really focused on that gamification. So we want to create really fun, immersive experiences, but actually the ball behavior and the ball flight is so important for us. The divot mark that you'll see now that it leaves on the green, the way that you can get that backspin on the ball, the way that the trees and the grass is moving in the background, the sound of whatever is happening locally, be that, the trees and the birds or the water at Pebble Beach. And so for us, actually, whilst we're really focused on that accuracy and that precision, that play, that fun, that community, that enjoyment is absolutely paramount as well.
There's something that
I didn't think about the sound of the birds, the sound of the water, the sound of I thought about sort of the visual experience, but I hadn't really thought about the auditory experience. That's fascinating.
Yeah. And we often talk internally about those real subtle little things that are going on that you don't necessarily acknowledge, but they all come together to create a very immersive experience. And they're the things that actually, those little details that really make the difference, that we're really focused on.
And it's those small details that will continue to improve, expand, and become more and more lifelike, real.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that's really important. And I think that, so many people are discovering golf through sim golf first.
Yes, that's so true.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it's providing that ability for you to really learn your clubs, learn your driver, learn your distances, enjoy the run of the green and different courses, and get yourself ready until you get to that point where you want to start playing outdoors as well. So, traditionally where we have had golfers that have played outdoors first and then discovered simulator golf, actually, I think as we progress, as we've seen in other parts of the world, we'll actually see that in the opposite direction.
Especially coming with the kids. The kids are going to make it change. That they're going to be a big shift.
Yeah.
There's something that you have said in different ways, but over and again, and that is people coming together. Whether it's a family, whether it's you and your coworkers, or you particularly, your Uneekor coworkers, other people, my coworkers, just people coming together, and Uneekor is an avenue source to make that happen, to bring people together. Not just to be more competitive, but to play. You said that too. I mean, I think of, how important it is for a 1-year-old to learn to play. And here we are as adults, and it's still important that we go play. And we can now, as adults, play in our home.
Yeah, that's right. That community is what really defines us internally and externally. And, a great example of this is we recently ran a hole-in-one challenge on our social media accounts.
You
For
did.
anyone that's not seen it, go and check it out.
I saw.
Ethan Han in my team, in the marketing team, he's an incredible golfer and plays off scratch, if not +2 or +3. And we challenged him, and actually we had such fun internally filming when we said, how many days is it going to take you to get a hole-in-one?
Wasn't it 7?
I was going to say, I believe it was 7 days.
Yeah.
And the fun we had recording that and filming that, and actually the moment in which that hole-in-one dropped, I was working out in Irvine, and I heard the shrieks and the screams.
You did?
And it was real. Absolutely, it was real. And we loved every minute. And Jessica was filming it, and she challenged him in the first place. And when that ball dropped in, Ethan was delighted. And internally, we all celebrated it. And we shared it on our internal chats. And, and I think over, 20,000 people organically viewed that clip within the first couple of days. And I think that, kind of to your point, that authenticity about the brand, that starts within. It starts with how you communicate with the person that you're sat next to, how you communicate with the whole team, the whole business, your community, your retailers, your partners, your end users. It starts internally. And we had great fun with that challenge, and there'll be many more to come. And I think that togetherness, that community, that fun, is what really kind of sets us apart.
So although technology started this, it's the people who are the glue that drive it.
Yeah, I think technology is and will always be the core of who we are today, with that, the precision, that accuracy, and the quality of the components. But actually, it probably comes back to that purpose piece. What's our real purpose? We know our specifications and our features and our technology and our innovative approaches, and how we're building AI into AI trainer and all of those great new advances that we're making to serve the overall community as a whole. But actually, when we come back to that purpose, it's about connecting people through golf. It's about enriching people's experiences so they can enjoy golf and enjoy life more than ever, with happiness, with fun, with smiles, and with the people that they want to enjoy it with.
I agree.
You said earlier, I wrote it down, when we all work hard, we work hard for people. And it's like almost when we improve technology, we improve it for people, right? It's like
Yeah,
that is the end goal. Yeah.
And we
yeah,
can't forget that that improvement in technology comes from people also. It's the
yeah,
curiosity and determination that creates the
yeah,
technology.
Mm.
yeah. And I think it's about having a people first strategy rather than a technology first strategy.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
It's about not having technology for technology's sake, but it's actually
Right.
about thinking, what are the problems that we can solve? What's our true purpose? And what are we focused on? How do we
And
create?
creating a community around it.
That's right. How do we create richer experiences, stronger communities, more fun, more enjoyment, and people, improving their swing, improving their game, and improving their overall enjoyment of golf. Ultimately, is what we're here for.
Love it. Is there anything you came on thinking you'd say that we haven't given you a chance to say as we wrap up here? Because we could clearly talk to you all day.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't feel like I've talked about our technology at all, but I think that was your
I
brief.
know.
I've really enjoyed talking about everything in the peripheral and really just talking about who we are as a team and Uneekor actually. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for the opportunity to
Yeah.
talk and share our story, not just of our products and our technology, but share the story of Uneekor and a bit more for those that don't know about who we are
Yeah.
as a team and individuals.